I've been reading Anya's work for a long time. I've taken students over the years to see her plays, going all the way back to her first play when she was 17 years old at the Royal Court. We've seen as well, we saw her Seagull at the Suffolk Playhouse, to a class to see her Uncle Vanya at the St. James's Theatre. And as the years have gone by, I've really had a sense that here's a voice that is very much of our moment and of this place. This is a very American school, it's in the title, but our being set here, it seems that we need a cultural connection to London. And in Anya's voice, you hear the presence of this moment. We've traditionally thought of dramatic literature as a literature class, like so many other English classes where we read and analyze plays. And this is really adding an element to what we had been doing. We've never actually engaged in the act of scene making. We haven't really kind of thought from the writer's side of what it means to create a character, to consider his or her desires, their motivations. And we think of it really from the reader's side or the viewer's side. This fellowship means that when we come to the table next week and the week after that, when we encounter the various plays that we're going to be seeing, that the students are going to be able to be thinking like a writer about the plays that we've encountered. I think it's going to be really an enriching experience for everyone. Certainly it is for me, but we're already seeing the evidence of it at the Harkness table.
It's why I wanted to, instead of doing a lecture, is get people to perform it, because it feels like that's what I know and that's what I do, and it's not any, and it's such an individual process writing that it feels very hard to come in and teach it or explain your process, because it changes all the way through and it's so tailored to yourself that it feels a bit like the best work you can do is make other people, is in those classes make the students write their own things and make them perform a play and work things out like that. Because if you just sit there and go, this is how you write it, I don't think anyone really learns anything from that.
I really like sort of how Anya has inspired us just with, we did scenes, one of the workshops, how just whatever you think, you just say, and that can become a scene, and then at the end you sort out all the loopholes and everything, but whatever you want you can just write down. I enjoyed that.
It's such a luxury to have somebody who obviously understands the script so deeply and is able to tell you about the very specific kind of nuanced things that the character kind of feels from the writer's eyes. And obviously as an actor you want to be able to make your own creative decisions, but having somebody who can kind of like steer you in the right direction and give you context to things that maybe aren't even apparent in the script but were in her mind when she was creating the character can be very, very helpful.
It's valuable because it inspires us to be able to see, I researched her when I got home. She's only 24 years old, so that's inspiring to me to see that by that age she can, become one of the new rising playwrights in London. So outside of writing, if they brought other professionals in music or in the sciences or something, because a lot of students, they take like chemistry or something, but they don't know what they're going to apply to real life. But if you see somebody has that as a profession and such, it's very inspiring. So for her to be here, it makes it that much more real to see that I could have a potential career in this.
I think it's really interesting as an actor being able to take a script that's so different from a life that we have lived or the way that we speak, and be able to interpret that, not only just interpreting it from the script, but interpreting it how Anya saw it. And there were so many times where we were able to see her vision and try to replicate that, but also bring a bit of our own interpretation into it.
Writing is possible for them to do, and it isn't a thing that other people do. Because that's what I felt when I was younger. I felt like plays were something that were already written and they were untouchable. And to show that there is a malleable thing that people are still doing now, and if you have a story, you can just go and write it down and do your best to make it good. It's not something that is up to other people to tell their stories, and then you maybe try and play a part in it.